Fellas, Town Dog, and I'm back. I'm in Flight 700X Team Edition multiplayer, and I'm picking to try to do a little flight across Tennessee here on the west end around where I live. I've got a little flight plan. I don't know if I say plan, I got it wrote out on a piece of paper here where I'm planning on going. I have not reflown it or checked it. I don't know how, no idea how it's going to run. But all I've done is get on the mountain, run down all the information I think I need to get me there. I'm sitting here at a little airport. Actually, I'm in a little campsite in the woods beside the airport. Just outside of a place called Bull Run. It's just a little ways north of Memphis. Not too far from Shoemaker, where I used to fly a lot out of it, out of here in simulator. And I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to go to a little airport north of Dyersburg, which is a pretty good little flight. And it's called Meadowlark, is the name of the field. This is I'm at Bull Run, 8TN9. I'm going to Meadowlark, 9TN2 is where I'm going to. I'll be using the VOR out of Dyersburg and the NDB out of Huntington, Tennessee. And we'll be outside of Huntington on a heading of 070 out of Huntington. The first thing we got to do is find Huntington, so let's get this thing ready to go. I'm going to fly it out of here, and we're going to, of course, use my normal little red and white starburst biplane that I always fly. I could check to see what the name of the damn thing is. I hadn't done that. I forget which plane it is, to be honest with you, from time to time. Let's go. We can't go to aircraft from here, so we can't check. Okay. We're in multiplayer. It won't let me check. Anyway, it's the same little plane I've been flying. I don't remember if it's travel. I think it's a travel air, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, we're going to fly this little plane that I like to fly so much. We're going to fly it down to Meadowlark, little grass strip, if we can find it. If we don't find it, we just have to land out there in the middle of the woods and call it good. Let somebody come get us. Okay, we're going to start with a full tank of fuel. I better check that first. This thing been idling for a week on this simulator without being rebooted, so I better check my fuel first before I do anything else. And since I don't have a fuel station on this, oh yeah, good thing I did. Okay. We're going to start with full tank, 100% right there. Alright, now we got a full tank of fuel, 100%. And we're sitting here. Now let's get around here and see what we got. We're sitting out here in the woods, a little campsite. Here we go. I wish I had a little campfire, but I don't have that installed here. Anyway, there's the airport right there to my right, in view. And that's where we'll be taking off from. Let's see if we can get this thing started. I hadn't even set up for the. So anyway, this is the way we do this right here. I usually put this on the yellow monitor, but since I'm already here, I'm already in my plane, so we can bypass all that. We're not tied down. I didn't take time to tie it down. Ain't that something? So we don't really need this. We're going to put a co-pilot in there, a passenger, and then we're going to close that out. There it goes now. I generally put it on the other screen. I should have tied it down. I didn't even think about it. That's how busy I've been. I ain't had time to do what I want to do. Let's see if we can get this right here ready. Here we go. Now to start it, we're going to start by turning this on, this up, turn this on. We're going to turn on some power. Then we're going to hit this button. And it started. We're ready to roll. Alright, now let's go back here. Now we don't need that pump booster. We turn that on. That on. Everything is on. That will come on. I don't think that'll even come on. No, it won't. Okay. We don't need no smoke system. It's right there. All our autopilot stuff is on. Get outside the plane and see if we can find us a runway. Alright, we got a player joining right now in multiplayer. We don't mind. As long as he don't interfere with my flight, everything's fine. I don't care if he flies around a little bit, just don't mess with flying through my plane or nothing. That would upset me a little bit right now. See if we can't get this thing out of the woods over here to this runway. They done told me I could use this runway today, and I'm gonna exercise my rights, and we're gonna do this. All right, now we're gonna go to right over here. Now we're gonna leave here on a heading of, I was looking at it earlier. We'll leave here on a heading of 040 to Dyersburg, Tennessee. First thing I want to do is bring up some equipment. Well, I'm gonna get inside the plane, I think, first. There's my 3D cockpit, which I don't use much on account. It's just not got the equipment I need. All right, there's a 3D, and we're gonna go to the 2D here. And it does have everything except a radio stack. It don't have a radio stack. And we're gonna be going out of here on a heading of 040. We'll just go ahead and set this on 040. That'll give us a general direction to look at where we'll be flying to. Set this on 040 also. As soon as we clear the ground, we'll get him over onto the heading. And then we're going to set about 2,500 for altitude, so we can still see the ground. Ain't nothing up in here this high. We're above. We're well 2,500 to clear everything. 1,000 to clear everything between here and there. So that I know of. Ever get this right? Here we go. I am recording, baby. She just sit down. She ought to start something. Screw my video up. Now we're going to try to get this thing in the air. Get this right here up. Now our Dyersburg is always default right here. That's Dyersburg right there, 1680. And that's what maybe our first signal we'll be looking for will be 1680. 11680, 1680. Actually, I always drop the damn one. Anyway, here we go. There we go right there. And our next marker was ADF or NDB, and it is a 217. So we'll put that right here. So again, I got 217, 217. I'm going up, I gotta go down. If you move fast, it'll change to hundreds on you. One, 7, there we go right there. That's it. Now if we get this thing flying, where's that guy at? He's on a P-51, he says. Probably gonna buzz me a time or two. I'd rather he didn't do that. If he does it much, I'll get rid of him. Here we go. And we're not too far off direction already. Here we go. Our altitude is set. Give us about 100 knots or so. That's too much, but we'll go with it. 110 be good, I think. Let's make it 115. There we go right there. And we're going to set the heading up. Here we go. Our Dyersburg is on, apparently. Let's see. It's coming awful quick. I wouldn't expect it to reach this far. Only 33 miles. Okay, we're further down than I thought we were. It's only 33 miles to Dyersburg, it says. So let's turn this around. Now we know where, once we get the signal, we no longer need our general heading. And we was off by, well, 13 degrees off or so. That's good enough. Let's come around to that. Head straight into Dyersburg. Most direct route is direct. Okay. Right there. We'll try that right there. We'll try it right there. There we go. Take this thing into Dyersburg. And then we're going to go, like I say, from 33 miles to Dyersburg. That's going to put us about a 100-mile flight probably altogether. Would be my guess. Give or take a little. I don't know. Didn't check the distance on it at all. But anyway, this is going to be our flight today. We'll see if we can't get this thing up and going. Let's see. Here we go right here. We got a DME right there. That one and that one bring this one up. The green one on the right tells me that the airport is to my right about 5 degrees right now. Not the airport, but the VOR at Dyersburg Airport. It's about 6 miles west northwest of the airport, I do believe. But we're gonna go to the VOR and then turn out a bit and see if we can get this little flight done. I got work to do, and here I am wasting time as far as that goes. But I gotta live, and this is a part of living the way I see it. I am retired, but here the last week it didn't seem like I've been working solid. I still got a couple of weeks ahead of me. Pretty rough, I think. That's if nothing else happens. Anyway, let's try to get this little flight done. See what we can get going here. I did a little truck driver last night, and I'm gonna do this one today. That'll be 2. It's been 2 weeks since I've done a video up till last night. I think right at 2 weeks, and probably 3 on that truck. Almost right there. But anyway, I'm trying to get a few in while I can, but I've got work to do and I can't sit here all day. It's almost lunch now, and I've got to get a pretty good evening in. I'm not trying to get out early, but last week I have been getting out by 8 o'clock or so. Whoever that was, they just left. Anybody else in? One. Derek 31, he was in when I started. He's still in. I don't know where he's at. It don't matter as long as he's doing what he wants to do and I'm doing what I want to do. I'm not trying to press him on that. I would like more people to be in the TeamSpeak, but since I've been out so much, even they come in there, wouldn't get nobody because there's nobody in there. The other admin is sick that stays in. He's been sick. He ain't been in last week much, a few days. I got a email from him yesterday saying he's been on the weather a little. Maybe he'll be all right in a day or two. Back in here, help hold the port down a little bit while I'm so busy. We are 24 miles out of Dyersburg, 24 and a half, headed almost straight in, not hardly. We have drifted a little bit, look like. Let's see what we have to do to correct that. Straight in right now would be 2.8 right there, and it's going to show a little crab yet. The wind's blowing me a little bit, I think. I'm going to get a couple more. I'm going to get 030 over this way. I'd rather have the airport slightly to my left anyway. So far it's not as I come upon it, or the VOR, not the airport. I keep saying airport. Trying to get a cup of coffee down while I'm sitting here. Let's come over about 3 more degrees. Put that airport to our right or left. We'll be right hand side of it or west side of it coming upon it. And we're going now. Before I get any closer, I want to take the nav to it. I'm going to set it up on the outleg from Dyersburg. From Dyersburg, we got to leave on a heading. Best I could count was a heading of 083. Let's go ahead and set it up here so we'll know where we got to go to when we leave here. Right along there, best I could calculate that. Take us into the ADF, which is not on as of right now. When it comes on, this gold needle here will point at it, and it is preset, so it's not on. It's preset right here. ADF is the bottom 217. That's the gold needle on the right hand side. We wait on it to come on. It probably won't come on until we get well out of Dyersburg. Probably. I don't know how far it is. Up to 40 miles. After that, it won't come on. Well, we gotta fly that direction to get within that signal. There's no direction off of it, but we gotta leave it on a heading of. I had it right. Leave it on a heading of. Yeah, we'll leave it on a heading of 070 when we get there. It's getting warm in my house, so I'm getting on the warm side. I'm about to turn the fan on right now. Be right back. I got a little gas in the jug out there, maybe enough for them. Couple quarts all I need, a gallon will be plenty. I should have at least as much in that jug. Check it out. Alright, I'm back. Press cup of coffee, the fan's running, you probably hear it running. Let's see where we at. We're 16 miles out of Dyersburg. The airport is 2 degrees to my left. I'm gonna move a couple more degrees. Make it 3. New heading is 036. I'm gonna go 2 more, make it 038. That'll put the airport, the DV, the VOR to my left about 5 degrees. That's right at it. That'll be good. I need to leave the VOR on a heading of 083 and hold that till I pick up a ADF at Huntington, or Carroll County is where it's actually at, Huntington, Tennessee. Let's look at the outside view a little bit. It's all flat country, not much up in here. It just happened to be home to me, so that's really nice. Stick around here and fly a little bit. Try to pick out some airports we hadn't seen, like Bull Run. I've been there years ago, but not recently. Had forgot about it till I seen it on. I just picked it out because the name was listed in the Tennessee list, and it was something a little offhand. It wasn't just a regular airport, this airport, that. Bull Run's down in the river. Then I was looking for another one, some kind of an animal name, and I came up with Meadowlark, and that sounds good to me. So that's the 2 we're going to. Bull Run to Meadowlark, using the VORs out of Dyersburg, ADF out of Huntington, to see if we can find it. It's a little ways out pretty little ways out of Huntington, toward Tennessee River. That's where it's at, up in that direction. Not far from it, actually. And we're going to try to get up in there. Now, I'm crossing over a highway right now, probably Highway 51, between Memphis and Dyersburg, be my guess. City in front of me should be Covington. No, it ain't either. See, I'm not further up than that. That city in front of me is Halls, Tennessee. because I see Arnold Field in front of me. It's made out like a ball diamond. That's Arnold Field. It's the airport. It's World War II military air base, closed except for one GA airstrip on the, I think it's one over on the east side, north and south. That strip is open for GA, but everything else on that airport is closed. They think they use a few little hangars or something for the GA aircraft that stores there. And then off to my left, at the end of that Highway 51, I say end of it, as far as you can see it, the airport up there, that's Dyersburg Municipal. It is actually west of the 51 miles, probably a mile, not much more than that, something like that. I've not actually been to the airport. I know where it's at, but I haven't been to it in real life. I had an appointment to go over to meet a guy, and he decided the weather was too bad for him to land, so I didn't get a chance to visit him. He was one of our flight simulator buddies that had bought him a Piper Cub, not a Piper Cub. He bought him a Tri-Pacer, and he don't come around anymore. But anyway, he bought him a Tri-Pacer, and he wanted one to play with in the simulator to practice while he was working on his, getting it back together. He bought it up in a storage shed, little weather damage and little this that and that. He had to restore it. He's qualified to do all the mechanic work and all the structural work, except you can't do your own. They won't allow it. If you do, it has to be signed off on by another, I'd call it a mechanic. That's not what they are, but anyway, another structural engineer and whatever. So he did the work and had some of his friends to sign off on it, saying they inspected it, they know it's right. And by doing that, he could do it himself. He redid the engines and got them running, and had a few spars bad in the back. He fixed them somewhere back wing, I think he said. And he had to repair those. And his first flight in the plane, the fuel tanks was hooked up backwards, he said. He had it set on the left, and the left was showing still had fuel in it. The right run out on him. He liked to crash the first thing because they had the wrong tank. They had them hooked up backwards on the controls, and he didn't know it. So when he got back to the airport he come from, he switched them lines around. So now he knows which tank is on which lever. He said he's surprised about the engine quit, knowing he had a full tank on his side, hadn't showed no usage, and all at once it shut down on him. He said he's going to put a 16-gallon tank in the back seat of it, and he's going to cross the Atlantic with it. Now, whether or not he ever tried, I don't know, but he was going to go to Ireland. He has a family over there, and he's going to fly across Greenland and Iceland and get over to Ireland, which it can be done if you got enough fuel, providing you don't get the weather so bad you go down. And that could happen. In fact, I tried to fly the same flight in the same plane in the winter in the simulator, and my eyes up and went down. Which I should have knew better, but anyway, I went down about 100 miles out. I was in the water. Now, let's see where we at, 'cause I got to make sure I know what I'm doing. Airport's still to my front. It's just moved around a little more. I'm starting to pass it. Let's see how far I am away from it. The VOR, I'm 3 miles. I'm too close with it, so I'm going to turn out a little bit. I'm going to come around here with 060. And our out leg is 083. It still leaves me crossing the out leg. On this heading, I'll automatically cross the out leg sooner or later. I'm going to set the VOR light. That way, if I forget it, it'll turn itself on that out leg. I can't miss it now. I can't forget it and fly across it. It won't let me. I don't need to fly it on that out leg like that, but I do need to know where it's at when I get there and not miss it. The green arrow on the left, dead north now. The VOR is dead north of me. Just past it. and the VOR gauge needle on the right, well, that was the right. The left is the yellow one. It's the one that's going to tell me when I get there. It'll come down the center, and then when it centers, it'll turn. I'm 2.3 miles off the VOR and still closing. As long as the green arrow on the right is above center line or above that gold needle at this point, I am still moving toward the airport slightly. It's done showing me on the VOR on the left that I've already passed center line, and I just passed it on the right also. So I am now moving out and getting farther away from the airport. And if I look like I'm gonna get too far, about 10 miles is the most I want to get. I have no idea how far the ADF is. I got to watch for it to come on also. But if I get 10 miles out, I'll turn crossways the radio line to keep from getting too far away. I don't want to be too far out when I catch it. I want to be over 5, but not much over 10. There's the original look of what we're looking at. Compass is sitting up about right. The controls, I'm gonna have to change some settings. I keep forgetting I got my pointer on my mouse don't show up on the video. I can make it do it, I just keep forgetting to set it. It needs to show up so when I point at something, everybody will know what I'm pointing at. I point at it and say something about it, but y'all don't see me point at it, so it don't make that much difference. I try to explain it because I know that the pointer's not showing. And all I gotta do is go in there and tell it to show the pointer, but I'll keep forgetting it. We're 20. Whoop! We just made a turn, I do believe. I see the plane preparing to make a turn. I'll put it that away. See the gold needle on the left. It turned into it first, but anyway, that's where it made connection at. My ADF just came on, and it's almost exactly in line with where I'm turning, so it ain't bad at all. The gold needle just come up. We'll go ahead and make this turn, but we'll be flying into the gold needle, not the green one. The green one's behind us, and we outleg on. Our outleg was 083, and we're off by we would be off about 3 degrees or 4 or maybe 5, but actually we're crabbing enough we're dead on the gold needle right now. I'm going to bring this up to here. Now we no longer need the actual navigation because we can use the gold needle and fly ourselves. So I'm going to turn that off. Back onto the heading bug, but now it preset itself too. I got to get back over. When I touch the button to turn it off, I forgot to. If you do it that way, it sets it on what your actual plane is pointed, not what you want. Now we got to leave the ADF now. We're under 40, that much I know. That's all I do know. About 40, because it just came on. About 40 miles out, and we'll be leaving it on a heading of 070. So let's go ahead and get that ready. Now it won't fly the plane. I have to do my own flying, and it won't even line. The gold needle's the only thing that tells me what I need to know. The rest of this is just, I could just turn it off so I won't be confusing myself. Now I'm not confusing myself. The gold needle is the only one I'm using. And the heading bug on the left at the top is what I've got it set on. And we're gonna go out. This time we'll be going almost straight through, slightly off to the left of the ADF. As we come up, we need to fly straight into it and go out of it on that heading. And then try to find the airport. I think it's about as far away as we are now, so it's probably 30, 40 miles out the other side. I really don't know where it's at, but it's the only airport in that area that I saw on the map, so if we find one, that's probably it. There's a bigger one off to the right, but we don't want to go there. This is a little grass strip. Meadowlark, and that's where we're headed. Back outside the plane, bring something back up so I can tell where I'm at. That'll tell me how, well, they don't tell me nothing no more, so I don't need that. It would tell me how far I am out of Dyersburg, but I turned Dyersburg off, so it don't really. Now, if I go back and turn Dyersburg back on, see, on nav 2, the green arrow comes up, down, it points to Dyersburg exactly. Now I can go back to the DME, switch to nav 2, and there's my 11.2 miles out of Dyersburg where I'm at. We don't really need, only reason we need the nav 1 needle is because the arrow is the direction I want to leave the ADF. But it does not fly the plane. It just gives me the direction I need to turn to. So I won't, when I get in a hurry to turn, I won't be guessing where I'm supposed to be going to. I moved it 1 degree to the left in. Just bringing that gold needle slightly to the right of that. We got another man coming in, look like. I don't know where he's coming in there or what he's going to be doing. He may come in here and fly with me. He may not. He may fly and get in trouble, but he may not. That would be up to him. Since I can't communicate with him, has entered, has joined the game. So now, that's a new one. That's another one. 2 joined the last couple of minutes. Yep. Elvor. We got 3 in flying. We don't know where they're at. We don't really care. We're just trying to do our little thing and get this flight out of the way. We are now 15 miles out of Dyersburg. Straight behind me, almost straight behind. I mean, really almost straight behind me. In fact, if I come across 2 degrees to the left, it'll put it straight behind me, and it'll put the ADF on my right where I really want it to be anyway. Give me one more. There we go, right there. The ADF's to my right front. When that needle spins around, that's when you're crossing it. If you're past it, it'll turn sort of slow to the right. I got to go another about 8-9 degrees to the left as I pass it. Well, it actually shows 13 degrees what it shows. .6 miles out of Dyersburg. Coming upon Huntington, Carroll County, Huntington. I've got that. I think I've got that as one of my other special flights. I could have came to Huntington off my original flights, but this isn't. I didn't use them. I think Huntington's one of my regular flights that I got laid out where I fly backwards out of UR2. Well, we did it this time by using the map. I used the map to, what I need is a camera, so as I'm setting up, I can be able to record that part also. It looks a little weird, but it works for me most of the time, as long as you pay attention where north is on the map. Here north is pretty well straight up, but if you get over to the east, it's west of you. If you get over to the west, it's east of you. It's on the map. It automatically has about a 20 degree. If you go away to California, it's about 15, 20 degrees offset to the right just to get north. Then you set your course from there. I use a little plastic protractor. Place it on the map and read the direction. That's how I did this, and so far we're where we thought we was. We're real good on the headings. Everything was right down the money so far. What little was all wasn't enough to even talk about, and the signals being close enough together solves all that problem. We should be coming pretty close to, well, another 20 miles maybe. It could be up to 20 miles more to the ADF. It were from 12 to 20, I'd say, to the ADF. Yet there's no measurement to the ADF. I just have to guess at that. But it comes on at about 40 miles out. It came on right outside of Dyersburg, which is 21 miles behind me. And that'll give me 42 total. That's 20 more miles. Still old flat country. This is old. It actually looks flat, but it ain't. You get down there walking, it's some pretty good hills in places. Rolling hills. They're just not very tall. They don't count on elevation much. A 50, 100-foot hill ain't nothing till you have to climb straight up to get to it. That's a pretty damn good hill. I'll be honest with you. When you get out of squirrel hunting, you have to climb up and down them hills. You realize right quick that's not flat country. I spent many a day doing that in my life. Oh, we just lost one man. He left. My plane is banking. This thing got bad about that. The joystick, I think, got a little problem with it makes that plane bank. It'd be flying in the right direction, but it'd be leaning. That guy just joined the game. The other guy just left the whole thing. Okay, let's see what's going on. See if anybody in sight of me. He must have joined at a certain place. I don't see. Whoa, what did I see there? That's our report. I don't see him. Alright. We close the radio stack. We don't need it as long as everything's preset. We're 26 miles out of Dyersburg. That's a low altitude. It's good for 50 miles or so. I think it's low altitude. But I use it a lot around hometown. And I just thought I'd make this little cross Tennessee flight here. We're going from almost as far south as you can go to almost 2/3 of the way north, and going a few miles to the east also at the same time. Quicker to get this done, I got to get out of the house. I'll put it to uploading and now, the only thing I got to tell me where I'm at is my electronic. I have no idea visually where I am. Not any idea. Now, in the real life, I could take my road map and see what road that is, but give me an idea of where I'm at and where I'm crossing. But I don't have a road map. I don't have any visual markings. Only thing I know is the airport out there. A few miles on a heading of 070 from ADF. The ADF is still in front of me off to my right. We'll be leaving it going slightly left. 070, the back reading on it will be, let's see what that'll be. My pen keeps failing me. There we go. Needle on the back pointing at 250. If we're right. Now I can turn the. We're far enough out. I'm gonna turn this radio stack off because of I don't want the green needle interfering with reading it. 250 will be 20 degrees, 18 degrees turn to the right will give me the 250 needle reading, roughly. Now, look like the ADF's starting to drift on us. If it is, we're getting close to it. I don't know physically on the map. I have no idea where it's at, but I'll go by what I read. The nav 2 parks north and south, so it's pointed dead south now. It's not doing anything. Nav 1, when you cut it off, it just parks, lines the bar, and the red nav flag comes up saying it's not on. That's what we got. We're only using them for readings. We're not using them for direction, for flight. The ADF has moved a little further to the right. It's starting to move around. I don't know how far it is away. I wish I did. I could have flew straight across it to give me a better idea, but it works better if you don't, if you ain't too far away from it. I'm gonna say more than likely it's in that area right there in front of me on my right front. Well, there's another one right there too, though. It's one of them places in front. It's an airport. It's a big airport, so that's the first thing. It won't be no problem to find. I see the airport in front of me on my right. I see the little blinking light. The building is showing up. There's the airport roadway line blinked in. That is the ADF mount is somewhere around there, and we'll be turning off of that. And we'll hopefully be the right airport. We'll stop at the first airport. I could use a GPS to see where I'm at also. I hadn't done that today. Well, the airport we're going to is in sight on the GPS already. I'm not going to use it to go by, but if I can't find it, I'll use it as the last resort. I only looked at it to see if it'd be on it, and it is. The airport we're going to is 9NTN2. Well, the ADF is coming around more off to my right. There's an airport in front of me, which is getting closer to me. At the last minute, I got to turn away from the airport. Only a few degrees, so I can go plumb past it first. Just watch the ADF. I see the river, Tennessee River, I do believe. Off to my left front of me, I see water. We'll be flying up along part of it, but we won't cross it. If we cross it, we probably done did wrong. Unless, I don't think no lake or nothing up in here. Alright, the airport on my right is where the ADF is stationed. Somewhere around that airport, probably one of the approach markers. And that is how there's a highway coming through here. 51, old 51 comes up through here somewhere. I don't think it comes this far. I think it goes more north than it does over here, though, I think. I don't know. Trenton, Huntington, might be all the same place. Been a while, I don't remember exactly. I ain't been up that way in years. Alright, the ADF is being passed. I see it moving. I mean, I'm moving real close by it. Oh, the airport off my right wing, and the ADF is off my right wing. We just passed the ADF right there. Now we can't turn until that needle gets closer to where we're going. If we turn now, it'll be too quick. That needle needs to come to 250, which 24 will be 25. Coming on around. There's 22. Come on 23. The further I go, the slower that needle turn. On 24. Now I might be looking at the airport already right yonder. It's the only gray strip in that area, this side of the river, so I think I see it already. We just passed 240. Come up on 245. I believe that's going to be the airport I'm looking at right there on my left. A little spare spot over there. Now we can start coming around to 250. $270. 250 on the back, 070 on the front. Turn too much too quick. That hand moving slow. Right there. Come around there. Now. 270. And that spot of ground in front of me is going to be an airport. That's the one we're looking for. I'd almost bet money on it. I said almost. I ain't quite that sure. And I'm real close to sure. Put this thing down on that airport. Say we done it. I'm pretty sure I see the lake out in front of me. It's got to be between here and the lake. That's the only thing left. Let's check the GPS just for the heck of it. And that puts it right here and straight in front of me. That's going to be it right there. 10 miles. It's about 10 miles. Okay. I'm fixing to turn everything off and get ready to land. I have control. Let's see if we can figure out which way that airport runs. Looks like it's running left to right. Or right, actually a little bit north-south. I didn't check the runway headings, what I didn't do. I should have, I didn't. I think I see them, I'm not sure. Once we get where we can see it. There's only one airport. I think it's only one strip. I don't know for sure it's a grass strip. I don't know. Let's see if we see inside the plane. Yeah, I think I see it. Look like it's two cross strip way it looks like from here. I'm gonna go down this way and hope this is it. Don't really see it all just yet. Is this it or not? Not sure about the runway. I may be off here. Not sure. I don't see the runway for sure. Is that not an airport? I see a grass strip just to my right. That's not an airport there. It just looked like one. I was wrong there. There's one right here in front of me though. That's it right there. That's just an open piece of ground there. Right here's the airport right here. It's the only one up here. In this area. I hope. That's right. Yep. What's our altitude? Oh, we're still pretty high. Still 2,000 feet. I don't know what the altitude airport is either though. Here we go right here though. Do I see an airport or what am I looking at? There's a lake. I done missed that too. Look like no, there's an airport right beside of it, I do believe. I didn't know it was a lake there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Get out of there. Off the runway a little bit. Oh, that wasn't real good. Hard to get inside this plane to see. Alright, we're down. Let's see if we're on the right airport now. I think it's on one up here, but you know, I could be wrong. Wouldn't want to admit it, but I could be. Alright, let's see where we at now. Pull the map back up and look, see. We're on 2T9 TN2, and that's the right airport. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. We are at the right airport. I didn't know there was a lake up here. That was new to me also. Had me confused. And the other spot over big open country looked a lot like an airport, and there wasn't no strip on it. But not knowing the area, I couldn't. Let's park this thing right over here somewhere. That building ain't got no door. I guess that's just you build it with everything in it, and you don't ever have to worry about changing or dusting or nothing. You can't get in. Can't no dirt get in, 'cause can't no air get in. It's closed. We're gonna park right over here in the trees. We started in the trees, we'll end up in the trees. How about that? Here we go right here. Make a campsite right here for the night. Lock the brakes, get into 2D. Let's shut this big bird down. Shut some electronics down first. Cut the mixture off, she'll die. Cut that off. Cut that off. And everything is down, cut the power off. Okay, that's it for now. That'll be it for tonight. That's the flight we done the well for tonight. Today it's about lunchtime, a little after now, imagine. But anyway, this town dog, they're going bye-bye, and I'll catch y'all later. We'll try to do another flight, another truck, do a hunting. We'll do something next day or two. I need to start a new game, but I've got to get this work done first. This work has got me so busy I ain't got time to do what live's taken away from my life. That's what it's doing. Okay, this is normal. It's real life, though. When things happen, I have to be there. I have a little rental property, and I got an empty one right now, and I'm trying to get it ready. I got another that was empty. I just got it full. I've got to go over and work on a commode on it, but it don't take 20 minutes to fix it if everything goes right. And they've got two. They both work. In fact, they're just hanging and overrunning. If you don't watch it, you have to keep it cut off. It'll work right if you'll shake the handle a little. They know that. They've been raised in the country. They know what it's all about. They're not hard to use. Anyway, that's the town dog. I'll be gone bye-bye, and we'll take care of everything later, and I'll catch y'all later. I'm gone.